everybody, I'm Misha Dahlia, and today I'll be talking about where I buy my books, my physical copies of my books. As most of you guys might know, I'm from Malaysia, and it's very hard to get my hands on the physical copies on books that I like, on genres that I prefer reading. And if it's available in any Malaysian bookstores, it's usually so bloody expensive. And by expensive, I mean like a book can range from 50 ringgit to 120 ringgit for a book, which is insane. But then I understand why it's expensive, because it's usually imported from the US or from overseas, so it's generally a bit expensive like that because of the shipping and you have to pay the author's fee and the printing and blah blah blah. So it's understandable, but then again, for us readers, it's a big issue because we just want to enjoy reading, but then they mark up the prices so high, and it's just so hard to get our hands on the books, especially if you're a 19-year-old broke college student like me. So it's hard to get your hands on said books. So the books that I prefer is usually books written by Colleen Hoover, by Elle Kennedy, Jennifer Almond-Trout, I'm sorry if I pronounced her name wrong, Jennifer, JLA for short, Holly Black, and more authors, Sarah J Maas. So it's usually very hard to get my hands on the books by these authors. I'm gonna list out all of the possible choices for you to purchase the books so that you can purchase your books there. And I'm also gonna be listing how the price ranges from on each website, so that you can have a clear understanding on which website to choose from when it comes to buying books. So the first, and honestly my top choice when it comes to buying books, is and forever will be Carousel. So Carousel is an app where people can sell their pre-loved books, and the prices usually would range from, on Carousel, it depends on how used the books are that the seller is selling. So it could range from 5 ringgit up until like 80, I guess. It depends on how rare the book is, how the condition of the book is, and basically where you live. It depends on the postage and stuff like that, because you need to pay for the postage and you have to pay for the packaging and stuff like that, Carousel will always be my top choice. But the thing about Carousel is that the books that I want is rare itself in Malaysia, so it's like 100 to none possibility that you can get it on Carousel because it's rare like that, And I mean, it's not a broad range of choices when it comes to Carousel, because some people, because of the book is already so rare, that some people don't want to let it go just like that because it's rare, you know what I mean? So yeah, Carousel is my top choice. Secondly, I would suggest Shopee. So Shopee, they don't usually sell the original book, if you understand what I mean. They would usually sell the reprinted version of the book, so you can see the obvious flaws to the books when it comes to how it's printed, or the sizing, or the ink, those kind of stuff. So but the price is slightly cheaper than if you buy the original one. So for example, I looked up from Blood and Ash. I wanted to have the physical copy, but unfortunately they don't sell it like on any online websites, unfortunately. But I went on Shopee and there is a copy, and they sell it, I think it's for 38 ringgit up until 40 ringgit for like the reprinted version. So, and I didn't wanna, I mean, I'm that kind of person, I don't really enjoy reprinted version of books. Again, it depends on you, and it depends on how you are like as a person. If you want to buy the reprinted version, then it's all up, it's your choice, as long as you get to read it, that's fine, So yeah, Shopee. And then there's this online book site named OpenTrolley, which is one of my favorite online bookstores here in Malaysia. So there's a lot of books, like a much broader range of books there on OpenTrolley, so I would suggest you searching it up there. But the thing is about OpenTrolley is that the prices are usually so marked up. It's always high. So for example, I am a fan of the Off-Campus and Brother You series by Elle Kennedy, so I bought all of the books from the series on OpenTrolley because it's easier there, because all of the books are available there. And a book, I think the cheapest book from the series that I bought from OpenTrolley was like 87 ringgit if I'm not mistaken. And there's 8 books in the series, and I spent over 700 on all 8 books from OpenTrolley. Don't come for me. I saved that money from my Raya last year, so I just had to, because I love the series so much, so I just couldn't help myself. So yeah, I bought the series on OpenTrolley, and the quality of the books is amazing. So I'm gonna give you an example. So we have Hot House Flower. This is a book from the Colorway and Addicted series. So I bought this book from OpenTrolley, and the quality is amazing. Even though I spent like almost 100 bucks on this book itself, I'm not complaining anymore because the quality is just so good. The new Bookstore is still there. The quality is amazing. OpenTrolley, you're doing an amazing job. The shipping usually takes 9 to 14 days, which isn't so bad considering, you know, it's an online bookstore. So yeah. And then the next on my list is obviously Kinokuniya. Kinokuniya, it's similar to OpenTrolley, where most of the books that I prefer is usually available there, considering it's an international bookstore. So if you're from Kuala Lumpur itself, you can visit the store in KLCC, but don't go now because Corona, MCO, stay home. But they have an online bookstore. There's you know, Kinokuniya Webstore. So most of the books are available there. Shipping, if I'm not mistaken, to where I'm staying is, I think it's like 8 or 7 ringgit, I forgot. Kinokuniya, the delivery takes around 3 days, which is impressive. 3 days is a really short time considering it's a well-known bookstore and a lot of people buy their books there. So it's considered very, very fast shipping. Kinokuniya, the price, it can get a bit, if you know what I mean, yeah, it can get a bit worrying. But then again, as I mentioned, it's an international bookstore, it's known, so it should not be a surprise when a book, it can cost up to like 120 bucks. So, and then the next on my list, I've also purchased some of my books from Bookurve. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Bookurve, yeah. So a lot of books are available there as well. The price is relatively cheaper than OpenTrolley, but from my experience, the shipment, it took a bit longer than OpenTrolley, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, which is an issue for me because I'm that kind of person who would track the shipping the instant I hit pay or something. But you know, I would like track it every single day, no fail, or maybe every hour, but no one has to know that. And then we also have MPH or Popular Online, which is a very well-known Malaysian, you know, bookstores. They're very well-known. Popular, MPH, what else? Yeah, Times. I haven't purchased a book from Times in so long because personally I feel like Times, there's not really a lot of books that I prefer. I have purchased a book from Times, but not the books that I want my hands on, you know what I mean? But Popular and MPH, yeah, and the prices are relatively really cheap considering their books mainly by Cassandra Clare, you know, international best-selling authors. So yeah, MPH and Popular definitely another option. And then I've heard this online bookstore named Bookalicious, if I'm not mistaken. I personally never purchased a book from Bookalicious, but I heard so many things about the bookstore, so you can check that out as well. And then there's also Big Bad Wolf books. Their original site, which is Big Bad Wolf books, but there's also a shop on Shopee by Big Bad Wolf also, and the books are so cheap, which is a good thing considering it's like an original book, if you know what I mean. So it can range from like what, 3 ringgit up until like 12 or 15 or 25 even. I mean, it depends on what book you're buying. So Big Bad Wolf, another option. I hope I'm not missing out anything, because this is a rather random video that I wanted to film because someone asked me like where I usually buy my books from, so I just thought that this video would help them out. Am I missing anything else? No, I think that's it. I really hope that this video is helpful to those who want to purchase physical copies of their favorite books. I understand the struggle. It's extremely hard, you know, being, you know, someone who lives not in the US. It's really hard to get on really, you know, some of our favorite books, and we can only manage to read them online or on Kindle, stuff like that. So it's really hard. So I understand your struggle. Once again, I really hope this video is helpful, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.